Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears here, and today I'm going to be making a shaker card using some products from Pretty Pink Posh. Some of the products that I'm going to be using are these Fruit Mug Editions die set. This die set pairs with the Winter Mug die, so you can use these in conjunction with that Winter Mug die, which I'll show you here in just a minute, or you can use them as standalone dies. You can see it has a straw. There are some fruit dies such as an orange slice, a pineapple, a strawberry, a blueberry. There's also a pineapple slice. And in my video today, I am going to be bringing in the Winter Mug die set because I will be using the Fruit Mug editions in conjunction with the Winter Mug. So here's a look at the Winter Mug die set that was released last October. It actually comes with the Winter Mug, and then you have the coffee, tea, or whatever drink you want to put inside of it. The Winter Mug die set also comes with a candy cane, a marshmallow, a ghost, a leaf, and a snowflake. I will also be using the Starburst stencil for my card today. So I'll have links to all the supplies that I use for my card in the video description. So if you're interested in making a purchase, I always appreciate when you use my links because it helps support me. So what I've done is I've taken some of the fruit dies and I die cut them out of some Bristol Smooth cardstock. And the Bristol Smooth cardstock is just a solid white cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and color up the die cut pieces. So what I've done is I've actually left the die cut pieces in the cardstock, which makes it easier to color. Now you can take your dies and you can die cut several different colors of cardstock for the different kinds of fruit and then just piece them together. But I just found it easier rather than trying to search for different colors of cardstock. This was the easiest to just die cut them out of white cardstock and color them up with my markers. And it also allowed me to get some shading in here. So just like with coloring stamps, I was able to add different colors to get a shaded look on my fruit. So you can see that the pineapple was colored in a couple different colors there. I used the Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens, which is what I use for watercoloring, and I added the deep brown around the edge, also the bright yellow, and then the yellow color. And then for the top of the pineapple, I also used the emerald green and the light green. For the reds, I used the carmine red as my darker color and the light carmine as my lighter color. And instead of using a water brush, I am just coming in here with my blender marker. But if you don't have the blender marker to blend the colors, you can always just use a paintbrush dipped in water or a water brush, which will do the same thing. So I have the whole pineapple, I have a pineapple slice, I have the watermelon, I also have the strawberry, I have a lime slice, and that lime slice you can actually make into a lemon slice or an orange slice. But I turned mine into a lime slice using the same green markers, the emerald green and the light green. I also colored up the peach with the bright yellow and the flesh color and the blueberry with peacock blue. So after coloring those images, I just took the layering die that adds the pattern on top of the fruit and I die cut them out again. You can see one of them puts holes in the top of the watermelon, so it'll look like there are seeds. And actually that bottom layer there, I actually needed to do that over again and make that black because I didn't realize at the time that that needed to have black for the seeds. So I will do that off camera. And then I also have the holes in the pineapple, and now I'm just going to take all of my die cuts out and match them up with the fruits they belong to. And I forgot to die cut this one piece, and I'm going to add yellow to this solid background of the strawberry. And next I'll just take my die cuts and I'll just go around the edge of the die cut pieces to cover up all of that white that's showing on the edge. I'll do that for all of my die cuts. Next, I'll go ahead and glue the fruit together. So if it has a layering piece that needs to go on top, I will glue that to the bottom piece. So here's my strawberry, and I will also do the same thing for the pineapple slice. So here's where I went ahead and die cut just a piece of black cardstock for the bottom so that the black seeds show through. Next, I'm going to add the stem for the strawberry. And then I will add the top piece to the pineapple. So I'll set those die cuts aside and I'm going to work on my card background. I have a piece of yellow cardstock and I'm using the Starburst stencil. I'm going to ink up that yellow cardstock with the scrapbook.com Carnival Pink Ink. So that's going to give me a pink tone to my Starburst on the cardstock. Once I finish inking that up, I'll then die cut a mug from the Winter Mug die set out of some pink cardstock, and I'll use that same Carnival Pink ink to add ink to the edges of that mug. I think by adding the ink to the edges of the mug, it just makes the mug have more definition and more depth to it. Next, I die cut the piece that represents the liquid out of white cardstock, and I'm just coloring it up with some of my yellow marker. This is going to be lemonade, so I decided rather than having the mug filled with coffee or hot chocolate, since this is a summery card, thought lemonade would be perfect, so that's why I chose to do the yellow. I die cut the mug out of a pink piece of cardstock, and I'm going to add the lemonade right on top. Since I want this to be a shaker card, I have to cut the center out of the mug. So I'm going to use this particular die that came with the Fruit Mug Editions die set and just die cut the center out. I also have a piece of clear acetate that I cut down to size just so that it would fit over the opening of the mug. Notice also I die cut another mug in the same color, but that mug on the right hand side of my table, I did not cut the center out. This is just going to be the backing piece. So right now I just added some glue on the back side of the mug that's going to be on top, so the one with the window that's cut out, and I added the acetate. Next, I'm going to take my shaker pieces and add them to the solid mug. The shaker pieces that I'm using is the Pretty Pink Posh Tropical Paradise Mix. I also die cut the straw out of some green cardstock. Now there is a slit on this mug that you can put the straw through, but I wanted to have the straw behind the acetate, so I actually have to cut a slit in the acetate in order to get that straw behind it. So I'm just going to take out my craft knife and I'm going to follow along the cut mark in that die cut piece, and I'm just going to cut through the acetate, and that will allow me to add the straw so that it's behind my piece of acetate. I'm going to turn over the mug piece with the acetate on it so that it's face down, and I'm going to take out some double-sided adhesive tape and just tape the straw so that it stays in place. Kind of wanted it at a little bit of a diagonal. And then once I have it where I want it, I'll be able to go ahead and put some double-sided adhesive foam on the back of the mug piece with the acetate. So I'm taking some foam strips and I'm just going to outline the back of the mug with the foam. I don't want to cover up any of that acetate, so I'm putting the foam all along the edge of where the acetate is. And this foam is going to keep the shaker pieces tucked inside. So make sure when you're adding the foam that you connect all corners so that there's no gaps between the foam, because you definitely don't want your shaker pieces to fall out. I'm also going to add some foam at the very top of the mug, just because it's going to add for some stability when I add it to the mug shape that's going to be on the bottom. And I'm also going to add some foam strips to the handle, because again that's going to add for more stability when I add it to the bottom mug shape. So I'll go ahead and remove all of the backing from the acetate, and then I'll pop this top mug shape right on top of the bottom mug shape. And that's going to secure all of those shaker pieces in place. And then I'm also going to turn this over. I'm going to add some more foam to the straw, because when I add this piece to a card, I want everything laying flat. Next, I'm going to take those fruit die cuts that I die cut earlier and I'm going to arrange them on my mug. So I'll add the strawberry at the top. I'm also going to add a pineapple slice. Next, I'm going to add some more fruit to the bottom of my mug. So I'll add the large pineapple, I'll add the watermelon slice, and I'll also add the lime slice. I'll finish off by adding the peach slice. I'm going to tuck it in behind the watermelon, and then I'm going to take the blueberry and I'm going to add that right above the peach. So I did cut down the cardstock for the Starburst stenciled background. I cut it down to 4 inches by 5¼ inches. I am going to add the mug shaker to the center of that cardstock. I added the word hello that I die cut out of the Pretty Pink Posh Hello script word die, and I just added it in black cardstock. I also stamped out the word sunshine. I got this sentiment from the Pretty Pink Posh Hugs stamp set, and I just added it to the bottom right corner of the card. So my sentiment says hello sunshine, and then I added that layer to a piece of pink cardstock that I cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Next, I'm adding that to an A2 size card base. So my card base measures 4 1/4 by 5½ inches. I'll finish this up by using a white gel pen and just adding some accent marks on the straw, the mug, as well as the fruit. So that's going to complete my shaker card. Again, all supplies will be linked down in the description box of this YouTube video. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like videos like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel by clicking that subscribe button and turning on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified every time I release a new video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye.